FX Impact M3 Saber Tactical.
Bay State Red Wolf Heritage, Huben K1 at the shooting range, Steyr Pro X. Servus, thanks for dropping in. Yeah. Yeah.
Servus, thanks for dropping in. That's a real monster in front of me. I mounted every available Saber tactical part plus a Donny silencer and an element scope to this FX Impact M3 and created this magnificent beast. You're right, it barely looks like an airgun anymore, but I thought I'll just mount everything Saber Tactical has for the MX Impact 3 since it is available on the German market now. I'll tell you something about the different parts and then you can decide what fits your gun and what you think is cool. On top is an element optic scope, element helix 6 to 24x50 FFP. I made a review video about it already. Element Optics is a company that originates from FX airguns, and a lot of big YouTubers like aber, Schenkeller and so on were involved in the creation of these scopes, and they are super successful because the scopes are amazing. The mount is a Sportsmatch ATP 72, which is height adjustable, so I can get the maximum out of the scope. I made a video how to mount and sight in your scope. Just search for sighting at airghandi.de/en or with my name on Google, you'll find it. There you get everything you need to set it up. Okay, here in the front you see a real monster, the Donny FL Fat Boy with extender and muzzle brake at the front. Of course you can use other silencers, I just think it looks ultra powerful. I will also release a video where I show different Donny FL silencers and compare them. Video could be available by now already. I'll measure their sound and show you how they look like, so you can decide which one is perfect for you. Down here we have an Accutech WB4 bipod. You can get it, and all the other parts I'm showing today at diabolo.de/en. You can buy the FX Impact M3 with my partner GoGun. Up here is the brand new Saber Tactical TRS rail. You have to be aware, if you have the F Impact M3, it is a bit shorter. This one is the open FAC version, which is a bit longer and uses the long rail. But we also have the compact TRS rail for your F Impact M3. Please check what you need before ordering. You have a few M-lock chambers here, so you can mount other parts like a red dot. Watch out, important, no laser, no flashlight in Germany. You can attach dummies to make it look more badass, but in Germany it is forbidden to shoot with laser or flashlight. Next is the long Picatinny rail down here. Normally you have the rail back here and mount the bipod there. From my point of view, it's always better to place the bipod further in the front, especially if you want to take fine corrections of your aim. That's what the long rail is for. I placed it in the front, but you could still mount it, the bipod a little further back, whatever floats your boat. I almost forgot, there's a bubble level on the TRS rail helping you to place the gun precisely. Next I'm showing you the cheek riser. Cheek riser just means that you can now raise the normally fixed cheek plate, so you can see perfectly through your scope and you don't have these dark frames in your scope. Yeah, you can optimize that with the Saber Tactical cheek riser and just adapt it to your needs. In the back you can see the Saber Tactical Monopod. So what is this for? It's for everybody who wants to shoot this rifle sitting. I'm just guessing almost nobody will shoot it standing in this setup. You can adapt the height super fine. I'm just turning it here and you can see how fine it moves. If we would look through the scope right now, we could see it even better. Yeah, and it does not only go up and down, but also left and right. For every bench rest shooter or high precision shooter, this is an amazing tool. It's really sturdy, and you can fine-tune your impact easily, and that's a ton of fun. What you see here is the adjustable butt plate, also from Saber Tactical, and you can change the angle here, move it in and out. Whoops, that was a bit too loose for the demonstration, but you see I can pull it in or push it further out, and then you just fix it so nothing moves anymore and it perfectly fits to your body. I'd say it's the only quote-unquote disadvantage of the M3 right out of the box. You can barely adapt it. It's pretty inflexible around the butt plate, the gun stock, and the shooter has to adapt to the gun. Saber Tactical turns this around and puts you in the center so you can adapt the gun to your needs. If you are not a fan of the monopod, there's another cool part from Saber. It's the Saber Tactical bag rider back here. It just means that with it you can rest the gun on a sandbag. Of course, you can just rest this tip here on a sandbag, but due to the angled form of the bag rider, you see it here, you can also change the angle of the gun by moving the bag back and forth. I think you can see that clearly here, and yeah, that's what the bag rider is for. All in all, you can build the ultimate gun from the standard version. One thing's for sure, it gets heavier and heavier the more you attach. I'm guessing this setup is around 5.5 kilogram right now. But yeah, for shooting it resting on a bipod, the higher weight is more of an advantage than a lower weight, since it gets very stable. The Donny FL Fat Boy is of course a huge chunk. Either you just love the way it looks, or if you have an open impact, you can also use the Ronin, which is a little more, let's say, decent. It has the same 2-inch or 5 centimeter diameter, or you just grab the Tanto. Noise-wise, it is still more than enough. It's just about what looks better to you. This is a huge strength of the FX airguns. There are so many cool additions or components out there that you can use to personalize it. Some people even brush different parts and color it, and yeah, then it gets even cooler. The whole thing is of course a question of your taste. If you like the classical hunting style with wooden stocks, the impact is definitely not for you. But if you like it tactical or just a look, you can grab the Saber parts. Yeah. This is it for today. I hope you enjoyed it and I could show you these parts up close and explain them. I'll hope to see you next week. Ciao, servus, says AirGhandi.